Here's Rob Williams, the national sports editor of the Daily Hive, and it's Offside Sports Vertical. We missed you last week, Rob. How are you?
Hey, guys, I missed you as well. I'm doing great.
Mm-hmm. Summer's going well?
Summer's going great. Guys, I almost had a chance to win the softball championship for my team this weekend.
Oh, softball
Athletic
guy.
glory.
Down a run. I was on deck. We get one more base hit. I've got the chance to win it. But alas, I don't know if I would have hit it. But
there's a lot of ifs here.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, we have a Moonlight Graham story about here. That's the best place to be, is on the on-deck circle, Rob. You can always tell that story. If only we had gotten one more base runner, I could have been Casey.
Yeah,
that's right.
At the bat. Let's talk Elias Pettersson. You were mentioning to me that you absolutely loved the comments last week about getting revenge.
Definitely. I think I was listening to the show last week, and the guys were talking about, just how good it was that, he's even just talking to media, Swedish media at that. But then saying all the right things, and, you've got to walk the walk, but I think it's a good sign that he's talking the talk, right? So hearing that from Pettersson, I think is obviously a good sign. And I think, I've long believed that I think he's going to come back in better shape. I think that this last season, is the wake up call I think that he needed. And I think he's going to be a much different player for the Canucks next season. Now, am I 100% sure? No, but I think that's the best odds of, what are the best odds of happening? I think Pettersson comes back and he's going to be a legit number one center for this team again.
Well, they need that to happen, and then they need the legit number two center as well, but walk before they run, I suppose. We'll ask you our poll question from today. Should they be interested in the crumbs of the Boston Bruins? They're not bad crumbs.
They're
crumbs.
more than crumbs. Yeah, I mean,
Casey Mittelstadt, Pavel Zacha, two options. Now, the Bruins aren't abundantly clear that either one of them has to go, but there is speculation they're available. Would you be interested?
Yeah, I remember Casey Mittelstadt because he's from the Pettersson draft, and he was kind of in that range of where the Canucks could pick. Now, I'm not the biggest draft guy in the world. I'm not the biggest prospects guy in the world. I rely on other people for that sort of thing. But I was at that draft in Chicago, and so I did more research on YouTube for that draft than I had ever done before. And man, Mittelstadt, the highlights looked amazing. It just hasn't panned out for him the way that I think most people would have thought. I think it's a real red flag that it didn't go well for him at all in Colorado. But he is only 26, so I think that there's obviously, it depends on the price, right? Would you be interested? Sure. Does he fit the profile of the guy that they really want in that spot? Not necessarily. So I guess if for the right price, sure. I think Zacha fits that profile a little bit more. A guy that can kill penalties. He's bigger. He's still just 28 years old. But he's shown it more in the NHL, I think, than Mittelstadt has. So I think that would be the guy that if you're looking for the type of profile that you'd want as your second line center, has offensive ability and maybe brings a little different element than Elias Pettersson, I think Zacha is probably the guy that I would lean to a little bit more.
I'm still not convinced the Bruins want to fully rebuild, though. And so I don't understand why these deals make sense for them necessarily, right?
Would be an odd move to make in August or September as well. Like normally, when you decide to go down that path, you make that decision in June before the draft, right? Or just after the draft, before free agency. So yeah, I would agree. I guess believe it when we see it if they trade one of those two guys.
Before we leave Elias Pettersson, I had no earthly idea until you prompted me about this before our interview, Rob. But there is a scorching hot topic on Canucks Reddit these days surrounding number 40 and having nothing to do with last year or his summer workouts or next season and how he's going to perform. Pray tell, Rob.
Yeah, so Elias Pettersson was, all these quotes were coming out from the media availability they did with the Swedish Olympic team. Now he hasn't been named to the Swedish Olympic team, but he's been, photographed in like the Swedish Olympic shirt. Like I think it's a foregone conclusion that he's going to make Team Sweden. That's no surprise. But they did like little photo shoots, and you can see online there are multiple photographs with Elias Pettersson, and he has a ring on his ring finger, which everyone I know that has a ring on that finger is married. So I think that sparked the discussion, is like, did Elias Pettersson get secretly married? Now, I had some people joke with me like, oh man, it must be like, dog days of summer, you care about this. And I was like, guys, if this happened in the playoffs, I would be all over this story. Like, this is my wheelhouse. So did Elias Pettersson have like a secret wedding in Sweden? Like I think that was like a lot of the discussion. An astute Redditor pointed out though, and the internet confirms this, that when you get engaged in Sweden, it's customary for the man and the woman to wear an engagement ring. So did he get engaged? His girlfriend has been spotted on social media in recent months, also wearing what appears to be an engagement ring. So I think congratulations are in order. We don't have confirmation on this. Pettersson's been, as we know, like pretty private on social media, since about 2020, 2021 is when he kind of, started sharing a lot less, I think, on social media. So it appears that he got engaged. That's my best guess, that he got engaged this summer in Sweden.
Do you guys have a page 6?
Yeah, and it's...
Do you have it? Like, we need to have a new column, I think.
What do you mean page 6? That's page 1 for them, Blake. That is page 1.
Yes.
No, in the post, it's the page 6, though, right?
Yeah, sure, fair enough. But I mean, it's the New York Post. This is Rob and Daily Hive. I mean, that's page 1. Caitlin Bird, American model. This is the suspicion.
Yeah, she was at the Four Nations tournament, and she had the Wags all have their team jackets. So she was wearing the jacket with Pettersson on it. So it does appear that she is Elias Pettersson's girlfriend, maybe now fiance. So there you go. There's your TMZ update of the day.
Or things moved very quickly with someone other than Caitlin Bird since the Four Nations in February. But good catch by that Reddit poster. I once interviewed the pioneering women's marathoner Greta Weitz of Norway, and I met her in a hotel cafe for the interview. She was still sponsored by Adidas, and I'm sitting there and I'm looking at her ring finger, and it's an Adidas ring. And she finally caught me and she went, "Oh, I'm not married to Adidas. We wear our rings on the other hand in Norway." I was like, okay, that makes more sense than married.
Okay, on this topic as well, did you see Cristiano Ronaldo got engaged? Did you see the size of that ring?
I did not.
It looks like it's like the size of, it's a diamond, but it's the size of like a Super Bowl ring. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, well, he can afford it after the Saudi deal, to say the least. Ticket prices. Last time we talked to you, Rob, you were doing more sleuthing on ticket prices because the Canucks had just released some of the mini packs that are available. What can you tell us about ticket prices at Rogers Arena this year?
Yeah. So they went on sale to the general public last week. I poked around just when they had like the little pre-sale codes floating around just to see what was available just before they went on sale to the general public. It's now like $100 is like a cheap ticket to a Canucks game now. So what I saw was like 5 or 6 games. Just 5 games that actually were available when I checked before they went on sale to the general public that were listed for under $100. And that was Buffalo, Islanders, San Jose, Dallas Stars, and Anaheim. So to give you an idea of what the ticket prices are like for games this season, also had a poke around, like if you check Ticketmaster right now, cheapest ticket for opening night, $159. is the cheapest ticket on the on Ticketmaster. Just kind of interesting to see like the way like the ticket prices have really ballooned in the last few years. Another thing, I had a season ticket member tell me like the price. This is what he told me. He said he's like, what a price difference between season ticket holders and non-season ticket holders. He said he paid $124 for his Leafs ticket as a season ticket member. Face value on it now is $260. So to give you an idea, if you're willing to buck up for season tickets ahead of time, you can get it in for a cheaper per game price. But they really up the prices for those single game tickets, which also helps to explain why the Toronto Maple Leafs game is no longer available for the second year in a row for quarter season ticket members. It's the only game they don't give for quarter seasons is that Leafs game, so they can charge more for single games.
You also had a seat beat update from our last meeting with you, and I would expect them to be further along personally than where they are, but they do have time left.
I feel like at this point, I'm like, I don't know. I feel like it's like they're kind of procrastinating, kind of like delaying on things. Just the way it's gone so far, I'm not shocked that it's like not done in like early August, but
yes.
No, I fully expect that
we're mid-August now. It's mid-August now.
Yeah, true. I mean, I fully expect that they'll be, you know what? If I were to guess where they'll be, I would guess that during preseason, you'll see some photos popping around where it's like, oh, they missed.
There's
like
2 rows left.
Yeah, they got the final touches are coming.
I could see it, and I wouldn't be surprised if like opening night they're like, okay, now we're done for opening night. That wouldn't shock me, but we'll see. Yeah. But it's going to look better in there. It already does.
And speaking of tickets, Rob, Thomas Müller is coming to town as soon as this Sunday for the Whitecaps. Your reporter, Harjo Hall, she has done terrific work chronicling this team, and particularly this week with this whole Tim Ford fiasco. So I just want to shout out Har journalist on X. First of all, do you have Müller fever? Were you going to be there Sunday? Do you think there's a huge anticipation? We know it's an event town, Rob. What says you?
Guys, I've been following the flight. It's Lufthansa.
I knew you were going to follow the flight.
You think he's on that?
How did I know flight? He was flight tracked?
He's got to be okay. He took a video from the from first class on the plane. It looks to me like I believe I saw a Lufthansa logo. There's only one flight in today that's direct Munich to YVR. I don't think he's taking a private jet for an overseas flight like that. So it looks like he is scheduled to arrive at 4:55 p.m. at YVR. They do have a bit of a media. They've invited the media to come to YVR today to see him at the airport. So Har's going to be there. She does, as you astutely said, she does such an awesome job of following the Whitecaps, and she's going to be there. So I think we're going to see some video of Thomas Müller rolling into YVR. And what a job, by the way, like what a job he has done. Like I didn't know anything I didn't follow him on social media before the Whitecaps had interest. He is going to do a tremendous job of selling the Vancouver Whitecaps. Like, assuming his play on the field goes as expected, the off-field stuff is a real bonus because he is very active on social, and I think that's going to be big for the Whitecaps. And it looks like not quite a lower bowl sellout yet for Sunday, but it looks pretty close. And I would imagine once he does a press conference on Thursday and it looks like he's going to play, that they'll have at least a lower bowl sellout.
When people are sure they're going to get 90 minutes of him, I think you get an even bigger bump. So we'll see. Yeah.
Close-ups looking for wedding rings, flight tracking Lufthansas across the Atlantic.
Chef's kiss. Daily
it's like
Hive
we're interviewing Harvey from TMZ, Blake.
Yeah, exactly.
He's our own personal Harvey.
You got to work a little harder in August. You got to work. All these beat writers are on vacation right now, and I'm out here grinding.
You're out here grinding, Rob Williams, and that's what we love about you, buddy. The national sports editor of the Daily Hive, And it's Offside Sports Vertical. Appreciate this, my friend. We'll catch up soon.
Thanks, guys.